Hey guys, Lingsha is finally here, and with her release, that means we now have access to an abundance of Entry and a follow-up Gallagher. So, in today's video, what we're going to be doing is pairing her with Jade. This is going to create a very powerful duo DPS combo for Pure Fiction, and if we pair him with Robin, the only character we need, we actually have our support DPS and support slash DPS right here. So let's hop into the battle, see what the results are. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, and let's get right into it. So here we are on the first side of Pure Fiction. That means we are Quantum weak. The second side is the Fire weak side. However, since we're not going for break Lingsha, we're going for crit. It doesn't actually matter all too much that we're breaking, unless of course we do count the MOC buff, which we're not going to be triggering that much this fight. Now, the AoE from Lingsha is absolutely amazing for being a debt collector for Jade because she's infinitely AoE, right? This little Fuyon attack is AoE, her ult AoE, her skill AoE. So, we actually don't benefit from the E1 Jade in this scenario except for a little bit extra follow-up damage. And we did also go ahead and advance ourselves before the Fuyon attack because we don't really care about it attacking unless it's being buffed from Robin, because it does not give energy to Lingsha. At least I'm pretty sure in my 4 hours of playing this character. Actually, a little bit less. Now, this dinosaur is unbelievably annoying because, of course, you have to break it to do any real damage, and the toughness value, or I guess the toughness damage that Jade deals is not all that high. So this is going to take a little bit longer than it should, but hopefully we can still scrape things out. This is looking pretty rough, not going to lie, but it's okay. Please, Jade, clean it up. Oh, okay, this is a little bit rough. This is a little bit rough, but you know what? We can still do it. This team is unbelievably strong, so as long as we can get rid of these stupid dinosaurs on this first side, we're not going to have to deal with them anymore, except for the third wave, where we inevitably will have to deal with them again, but I guess I'll just pretend I didn't say that. Get the Jade Collector back on Lingsha, giving her some speed, and now we can go ahead and snake. It is unfortunate that our follow-up is wasted quite a bit. However, wasting energy is also kind of bad. There's not too many things we can do to avoid Jade's overkill. A bang, and into an ult, and into another bunny attack. You know, the animals of Star Rail that we've seemed to be, getting quite a bit of now. We've got bunnies, we've got the snakes, we've got... What else do we have? To be honest, I actually have absolutely no idea. Nothing's coming to mind right now, but I'm sure we have something. Oh yeah, we've got those little pigs from Gwynaifen. That's a good one. Luca has nothing. Sampo has nothing. Kafka has nothing. Black Swan has nothing. Joy has nothing. And I'm not going to list all 60 characters, so let's just skip into the next segment, which means the next wave. Very good. Interestingly enough, Lingsha being a healer is something that I didn't really consider, which might sound ironic, because I don't really see her value as being a pure healer, because at this day in Star Rail, we have characters like Aventurin giving lots of attacks, for constant triggers, very good for debuffs if you got the light cone, for Acheron. But other than that, Huohuo for buffs energy. So Lingsha, interestingly enough, being the best DPS out of all the Abundance characters, I find to be a very good addition, actually. But in that same sense, if you're not using her for offense, then I do think she falls off quite a bit, especially if you're not going against Fire weakness, to actually take advantage of the majority of her kit, which is that, Befog debuff for extra break damage, which innately we're not doing any break damage this fight. Hey, but we're at 30k points. One wave left. We might be able to just barely get this 40k points here. Now, this is so unfortunate. Another very bad part about Lingsha is that without the bunnies, we cannot heal ourselves. So if we don't have the ultimate, and even in that scenario, we didn't have a choice because she was going to get frozen, so the ultimate wouldn't trigger, we don't have any emergency cleanses, essentially. And that's a very big, unfortunate factor of Lingsha's kit. And it did, show itself as a very nice example right there. Now here, We're going to go ahead and attack and advance ourselves. We could have waited until Jade's turn because we're not going to get another Jade turn now. However, I don't think it really makes too much of a difference because we might have lost a turn of the Debt Collector too. So if we had to scale, it wouldn't really have made a difference. A couple whips, a couple snakes, a couple bunnies. Do we have enough in the tank? Mr. Crit. Oh. So that was Lingsha as Jade's Debt Collector, a combo that I think is actually pretty damn fun. You know, the synergies are there. They do work relatively good. The crit build on Lingsha that we're going to get to in a second is a little bit rough, obviously, because with the Abundance Light Cones, we really don't have too many choices, and we just have to go for a high base attack Light Cone. But her multipliers are actually not too bad, Lingsha's. So let's get into the builds here real quick. So for Jade, she's at 134 speed with a pretty good crit ratio on her Light Cone. I did use the 4-piece Quantum set because, of course, Quantum weak enemies, and the 2-piece Duran, which is unbelievably strong. Now, the E1 from Jade doesn't affect much in this run except giving her a little bit extra follow-up damage because Lingsha's going to be attacking usually more than 3 enemies, which is absolutely wonderful. Now, we did have the Light Cone here on Robin plus the E2 because she is the most valuable, one of the most valuable characters ever, so very good there. Now, for the buff section, we could have just added a 4th character and replaced the value from that 24% res pen and maybe even the 24% damage bonus from her Light Cone. So this was a 3-man comp for that reason, perhaps? I don't know. I was just trying to have fun, actually. Now, for Lingsha here, we did have 132 speed, 90 crit rate, 110 crit damage. I'm still playing around with the build, so I'm not sure what her optimal is because she does want a little bit of break effect just for a good amount of conversion to attack traces, so it doesn't hurt. Plus, if you get to 150, her Light Cone will trigger. Unfortunately, we could not get to 150 in this video. We were at 113 because I went attack rope. Maybe break effect is better. I don't think so. If we're going against fire, then yes, but we weren't. Now, we did use the 4-piece Valorous set because very good rolls. That's it. And follow-up equals ultimate. Nice. Yeah. And E0 Lingsha, because I will be getting that E1 very, very soon, because, in my opinion, I think E1 Lingsha is the only Lingsha that should be gotten. I'm not sure whether her Light Cone or I don't know why I said that. It's E1. E1 is insanely valuable for Lingsha. Unbelievably good. Probably turns into a better DPS than possibly even Firefly at that point. Who knows? Because E1 Lingsha is absolutely crazy. Opens up a ton of things for her, and it's just like a massive part of her kit. But that was everything for the Lingsha Jade video. This is a quick one. I have been testing a lot of stuff with Lingsha so far today, so I'm going to come out with a couple of more videos. Put into the comments any future things you guys want to see, any wacky meme comps with Lingsha especially. That would pique my interest quite a bit. So, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. That would be wonderful. And also join the Discord. It's there, I believe. So, that's it. Adios.